Welcome to Thursday, August 24th, 2023. Your Day Weather Podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Well, we're going to be looking at an increase in thunderstorm activity on a bit more of a widespread basis today, especially for folks on the western slopes of Colorado into around the Four Corners area, northern Arizona, parts of Utah, New Mexico, then moving up into southern areas of Wyoming today and parts of southeastern Idaho. Then, as the remains of Harold circulate through, we're going to see an east to northeastward shift of the heavy rain threat with any showers and thunderstorms, especially tomorrow and into Saturday. But beginning today, along the Continental Divide and west of the Divide, that threat is there, then expands north and eastward as the remains of Tropical Storm Harold, which you're going to see very easily on the satellite imagery, will be coming on through. So, heavy rain threat, not over a large area, but we'll show you an area where we've been talking over the last couple of days that we're concerned about. This is going to lead to a bit of a cooling trend, not a dramatic one, but temperatures will be down some due to the increased humidity and cloud cover. We'll see enough residual moisture that into Sunday and Monday, we will see shower and thunderstorm activity in the region continuing, then a little bit of a drier trend. And we're still looking at September starting off with a cool front, just in time for Labor Day weekend, but we're too far out for any details other than to tell you that September starts off not a lot cooler, but a little bit cooler. Beautiful sunset photos there, both out of the Wheatland area. This one from John, first one from Catherine. As you can see, that high level moisture from Harold is started to move in yesterday afternoon and evening. So it's pretty easy to spot, isn't it? Right there over northeastern Arizona, you can see the swirl, the counterclockwise circulation of remains of Harold. They have gone all the way from starting really just about here, has made the long trek just like this, and is about ready to curve around the high like this. So it's going basically along the path that we thought it would. So here it is. So anybody that's going to be along this path, and you can see the deeper moisture in the gray, this area right here, we'll see an uptick in shower and thunderstorm activity today through late afternoon and evening. And it's not moving terribly quickly. So it's going to be around today, it's going to be around Friday, and into Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon, it's going to be down here. And you can see the path of where the rain shower and thunderstorm activity is going to be. So there it is right now over northeastern Arizona. And here we go with the vorticity that we showed you yesterday. So you can see it when we start that image right over the Four Corners area, then it comes through. Then notice how the vorticity kind of gets stretched out and weakened. When you stretch out the vorticity like this, as it gets closer to the main jet stream flow off to the north and east, it gets sheared apart and it weakens. But over the next 36 hours, it does maintain a fair amount of its integrity. That's why we're concerned about any rain shower or any thunderstorm that's going to be underneath all of this is going to be able to produce some heavy rainfall. And if you look at the Weather Prediction Center, they do put out forecast. Now, this isn't the general thunderstorm forecast that we show you a lot. This is the excessive rainfall outlook. So you want to look at the green and yellow areas. So this is where the risk is highest today for excessive rainfall, where there could be some flooding concerns. This is what it looks like for Friday. And as we've been showing you, there's going to not only be the deep subtropical moisture over this area here, but there's also going to be an upslope wind coming in from an easterly direction. So southeastern Wyoming, western Nebraska, the Front Range of Colorado is going to have a combination of upslope winds, which helps squeeze out more moisture out of the atmosphere, and then the tropical moisture kind of all converging. So flooding risk, Front Range areas, mountain areas, burn scar areas, you got to watch that. But notice we still have the green going all the way up into central and northwestern areas of Wyoming here. They're all the way back down into Arizona and New Mexico, Utah, and just about all of Colorado. But notice this tongue stretches out into southern areas of Nebraska and northern Kansas. And that'll stretch out even more, there you go, as we get into the day on Saturday. So the threat stays along the Front Range but goes further east. And so this is how that vorticity gets stretched out more east to west instead of the more concentrated areas that we see here today and tomorrow and then into Saturday. So if you look at the precipitation forecast, it looks very similar to what we've shown you over the last few days. That front range areas of Colorado, southern areas of Wyoming, southwest, southern areas of Nebraska, now into parts of northwest Kansas. Again, don't look at those numbers and take them for verbatim. They're just guides. But the yellow and the red and those orange areas and those blue areas really show where that risk of heavy rainfall is going to be the highest. And this is what it looks like on a nationwide scale through Monday afternoon. So you can see that this is going to lead to showers and thunderstorms moving into here. Now, notice that where the hot dome of high pressure has been, we're starting to see showers and thunderstorms. So the hot dome is on its last legs and will be weakening considerably. Here's the heat dome. This is for tomorrow. So you can see the hot weather continuing here, but look at the temperatures along the front range of the Rockies. We actually go below average with temperatures on Friday. And this coolness will kind of penetrate into that ridge of high pressure, beginning to knock it down and to weaken it. And this is by Tuesday. By Tuesday, the high pressure here in the Midwest is gone. We have a frontal system coming through southeastern Canada that'll cool off the Great Lakes. This is tropical activity. This is likely going to become a major hurricane and will probably stay off the coast. It may get up close to Canada later on. We'll take a look at that. This is a new Gulf feature that may be developing sometime next week that may impact Florida. We'll keep an eye on that. But notice the high is all the way back here, stretched out and elongated and not nearly as strong. You're probably noticing there's just a lot more up here in the northern latitudes now, as we're seeing the latter half of August, that northern pattern of the jet stream getting more active. So this basically means we've got a weather pattern change coming. The heat dome is going to slowly get erased. We'll see the high pressure shifting from the west. We don't see any tropical activity getting in from here. It's just the door is closed from that happening. Anything is going to go out here. And we're closed from the Gulf of Mexico. So that's going to lead to a drier trend for a part of next week. But this area right here, and this area of low pressure right here, will end up moving across the region. And this is what happens by Saturday. So this is by Tuesday. Those northern systems come through. And this is by next Saturday. This is the cooler air that comes in with that cold front for the beginning of Labor Day weekend. So there's going to be some interesting things in the long term to talk about over the next couple of days, and we'll update you with that tomorrow. Have yourself a great Thursday. See you Friday.